Hello everyone, welcome back to Filmmaker Plays Bioshock, the series where I, Skye Blacke, a professional filmmaker and writer, use my degrees in film and writing to analyze this video games live, specifically Bioshock in this case, and analyze it so that we can get a better appreciation of the art we all love. I tried to change the intro and I don't know why I did that. Anyway, we are right at the end of Bioshock as we're getting turned into a big daddy in order to beat the shit out of Frank Fontaine for being a dickhead to us. If you are watching on the VOD or on YouTube, thank you for watching. We record these streams live, so you can come over to twitch.tv/Skye_Blacke to join us for these live viewings, or you can watch the entire series on the Black Archive.
The little ones will lead you to that way.
Don't be
But
a
you
slowpoke.
must protect them.
Angels don't wait for slowpokes.
Angels don't wait for... Oh.
That's it,
Hey.
kid. It's been a long road. You don't even remember most of it. But you're so when you were just a sprout.
Okay, so we're just gonna have to protect this child. We have no ammo in anything. Oh, so I'm Mr. Bubbles now. I can't help but notice that she's not horrified, like she's not a little sister in the way that like I traditionally understand her. What the shit is going on? So, like, is she one of the healed ones, or is this just how Big Daddies see little sisters?
Hurry, Mr. B. I can see.
I really wound you up with that wife and child bit.
Oh yeah, that.
Baby Patrick.
So now Frank Fontaine's just going to be the most evil
Hurry, Mr. Bubbles.
and despicable bastard ever because we need him to be the villain. Oh, hey. Unleash the bees.
Hurry, Mr. B.
There we go. Oh man,
Go, Mr. B.
she is injured. Can I heal her?
Hop up, Mr. B. No time to waste. This one's ready to burst, Mr. B.
Even though they are physically free of the need together, each one's mental conditioning still holds them to their terrible past. For sins such as this, we can never atone.
Yeah, you did horrible things. Tenenbaum, you're a real dick. Well, that's horrifying. I can't believe how open this game is being with child endangerment.
Hurry, Mr. Bubbles.
Normally in games, everything's kind of free reign, and other than children.
Hurry, Mr. B.
Howdy, Elliot.
Aim.
Thank you for the follow up to the stream. Hope you're having a good day.
It was pretty angel, Mr. B.
Looks like we're having a calm, chill time. Yeah. Everything is going wrong all the time. Alright, little sister, let's go. Let's just pretend like that was a normal day.
Angels don't wait for slowpokes. Hurry! Hurry, Mr. Bubbles!
Don't. Stop it. Stop it. Did that just...
With others, they are as vulnerable as any child.
Okay, so we
If one
just...
falls, you can call for another at the vent. But to lose even one is a sin.
So... I guess we have to deal with that. I wonder if this will work. So that's a heat-seeking missile, so really that should have just like gone in the complete opposite direction. Stop. Oh, well, I guess if it's a flamethrower box, then that's fine. Let's just see as we'll get as far along as we can, and then pull a little sister later. Oh, okay. This is as far along as we can. This vent has not yet been activated by a little sister. Go back to the glowing vent to summon a new one. God damn it. It's always interesting when video games and pieces of media specifically go out of their way to make the enslaved, indoctrinated individual a little girl, because you inevitably draw comparisons to things like Black Widow, for example, and the real life trafficking of young women. And I wonder if that was intentional or if they were just trying to do a funny, creepy little girl horror game. Thank you for the Prime sub, Elliot. Hope you enjoy your wings. Hope you enjoy the emotes. Hello, child. Time for babysitting. Come on. Come on. You know, this isn't too inaccurate on what it's like to babysit my nieces. Where? Come on. Can't I just pick you up? It would be so much quicker. They get shot. I mean, you've been to my hometown. You are low on ammo, but wealthy. America. Please hurry up. Her little feet flaps are... No, don't... We've already taken Adam from that one. Come on. Come on. Come on. Frank Fontaine's gonna die of old age before we get to him at this rate. I'll just inject a bit with more cold drugs. I mean, adorable's certainly a word. I was gonna say horrifying. But I suppose you could use the word adorable. Come on. No.
Watch out!
Look, Mr.
For
Bubbles.
certain, their harvesting will draw the attention of this blight.
Right, what we got?
This angel looks like dancing.
Right. Stop shooting my child! Hello, lovely scientist. Welcome to the stream.
I like it. Adam. Makes me special. I'm a good girl.
What's going down? We're having a very normal day on the British Isles, and we're also having to protect this little sister. I mean, to be fair, we've already lost one of them. Hey there. This is just what living with hypermobility is like. You jump up in the air and all your joints freeze. Alright, where are we off to now? Oh yeah, now you're booking it. Let's go. Woo! Alright, let's do this.
Only the little ones can open these doors. You must protect them.
A Big Daddy. Hey.
Hurry, Mr. B. I can see the angels dancing in the sky.
No, 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 no. Now for, again, the weirdest hacking minigame ever, I won't lie. Like, I don't know why they chose this of all things. I would like to turn in the other direction, please. There we go. Well, shit. Yeah, just shoot at me. Leave my children alone. I'm out of ammo again. Little sister, please. Please, a bit faster. I'm dead. I got fucking stuck on my child. Bonk, 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 bonk. She's taking fucking rocket rounds like a champ. Like, she's a little tank. She's not gonna live through this encounter. Shall we? Oh, she's booking it again. Oh, that's a lot of blood. Little sister, get out. Get out the water. Oh, she's dead. Wait up.
I just want to talk to somebody.
No, 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 no. Where'd you go? Oh, there you are. Okay, we really don't have time to extract more Adam. Oh shit.
Under there. Summon another river.
Napalm time. Could I have just hacked that? Would it have made more sense? Probably. But I am not a clever tramp. Alright. What else we got? This game is kind of, like, as interesting as this game is,
Will draw the attention of this fighter.
a lot of it does feel like just excuses to artificially extend the draw line. Leave her alone. Ow. Fire hot.
It looks sad, Mr. P.
What's my telekinesis?
Angel looks like dancing.
Da-da-da. Oh shit.
Now you must find the heads and bring forth another river.
I wonder how this faction would play out if you didn't have, if you were harvesting them. I'm almost out of health. Okay, are we done? Are we done eating, feasting, harvesting, whatever? All right, let's continue on. You good? Dookie dookie doo. Hi. So, why are you annoyed at me? We're big daddies. I thought we were on the same side. Hi, Chorus. Big warning for this stream, guys. Lots of potential child endangerment. Thank you, Chorus, for the skydrate and the stretch. I will do that in a moment, once I'm done burning this big. 10 points for who can ever come up with a daddy fighting joke quicker. My water bottle is in the other room. Be right back. I'm going to say that getting up and walking away counts as a stretch, by the way. Come on.
Better for the girls to be with you. Better with you than alone. Alone in the crawling darkness.
Really, Tenenbaum? Because like 4 of them have died being with me. I'm not a very good babysitter. The Skye Blacke babysitting service has a really bad Yelp review score. That's a big turtle. What's in here? Proximity mine, proximity mine. An Eve pickup, a proximity mine. A grenade launcher. Where is she? Alright, let me through. Come on, you glorified key. What horrors do you have for me in the next room?
That might be plenty for the wicked scrubs and the pit solutions, but I need more. More! I want a slice till there ain't nothing left to slice with!
So, we should probably talk about Frank Fontaine's slight
Train is nearby.
implications of drug addiction and how this game... Actually, no. I was going to say how this game vilifies drug addicts, but it actually does a really good job of not doing that. It shows the splicers very much, in my opinion, as victims. Like, I would argue the splicers are definitely victims of Frank Fontaine and capitalistic drive.
It is the only way to
Stick it in the bag, man!
Yeah, I would argue that these guys, like, the splicers are definitely victims of capitalistic greed, basically.
Pick up the needle!
Where are you? I can't even... I wasn't paying attention, and now you're like...
Take this! Stick it in the bag, man!
I'm not usually too worried about dying to think that deep. Well, Elliot, what we do on this channel is think that deep. Oh, you're in there.
Fontaine waits above. There will be no going back from here. Make sure you are ready to face it before moving on.
That's the whole MO of this channel. If you're joining us for the first time, lurking, or just kind of curious about what's going on, my name is Skye Blacke. I'm a professional filmmaker and a writer. And I use those degrees in writing and filmmaking to analyze games from a media literacy analysis perspective while playing them live, so that we can better appreciate the art that we all enjoy. But yeah, I actually think this game does a pretty good job about not vilifying drug addiction, which is often kind of a rare thing to come across. My hair makes me look like I have a really shitty comb over.
I remember when me and the crowd put you in that sub. You were no more than 2. You were my ace in the hole.
You are now unable to save the game and there are no Vita chambers. If you die, you must continue from save progress. Oh boy.
Betrayal, kid. Life ain't strictly business.
Fontaine. Drain Adam from Fontaine.
Go! Go now! Hit him with the needle!
Hang on, let's just...
Come on now, kid. You want to get serious?
Not really. Give me a sec to load up all my ammo. We'll put that in there. Okay. This is mine. There is also a commentary in here about how capitalism turns you into a like the reckless pursuit of personal gain turns you into a monster. This is going much easier than expected. do that too. And I have millions of bees on my side. Which is probably more of what they were going for, how the pursuit of personal gain will turn you inevitably into a monster, either metaphorically, in the sense of Andrew Ryan, or literally in the sense of Frank Fontaine.
You think I'm alone in this world? I got more than enough mugs to watch my back while I recharge.
I wonder if I can take a picture of Frank. The camera researchy collection bit is really weird. It feels like it's a holdover from a different style of game. Like a more open world style of game, something like Breath of the Wild is eventually trying to do. With like this, oh, I can't freeze him because he's an ice boy now. Okay. Stop doing that. Unzip him? Your language, child. It's horrifying.
I'm gonna cut you into bits.
Let's just get ready for the next round. I've got so much aggro. Alright. Okay, so I was going to say it's interesting that Fontaine's first reaction is to call robots to his aid rather than people, but then he called people, so that quite kind of went smooth.
Come and get it, Luke! I'm ready for you!
Are you ready for me? Are y'all ready for this? Shit.
Come and get it, Luke! Come and get it, Luke! Is that all you got?
It's a very casual walkabout for me. Like, the problem with Fontaine is he shoots where you were 2 minutes ago. Like,
Good money for you. This is what I get.
this is my Adam Fontaine. It's interesting that we still refer to him as Atlas.
I had you built. I sent you topside. I called you back, showed you what you was capable of. Even that life you thought you had, that was something I dreamed up. And I tattooed.
And he kind of looks like a
inside
human
your head.
statue.
Now, if you don't call that family, I don't know what is. And now.
No, this might be the end of the game, and we're only 40 minutes into the stream. So there's something interesting to be said about how our kindness is ultimately what killed Fontaine, even when we were defeated. Also, this unifying idea again of the children of Rapture, which I've spoken about. The little sisters being obviously a product of Rapture, even the big daddies to some extent, which we've come to inhabit, but Jack as well. All three of them being a children from Rapture who in some ways live up to Rapture's ideology, where they were all made for specific purposes. Because as we have discussed in previous episodes, both Frank Fontaine and Andrew Ryan, Tenenbaum, most people in Rapture don't see people as people. They saw them as functions in a society, and then people second. So it's interesting that the people who, or the entities who were literally crafted to serve roles, to harvest Adam, protect Little Sisters, and to be an assassin are the ones who have ultimately liberated it. And are also the only ones who are free, because they aren't stuck desperately trying to splice and gain money and gain power. There's a big running theme in this game about the desire for power corrupting you. Whether you're a splicer who has gotten hooked on plasmids, and now you are literally insane chasing around trying to find Adam, you're Frank Fontaine, or you're Andrew Ryan, or you're just any of the kind of named protagonists or named antagonists who desire for more and more power or more social power led them to do horrible things to people. That's the most analysis that this stream has offered so far. Hi.
They offered you this city.
Why would we want to stay here?
And you refused it. And what did you do instead? What I've come to expect of you. You saved them. You gave them the one thing that was stolen from them. A chance. A chance to learn.
Did Jack just show up back on his
Love.
fake farm with like 1 million daughters and was like,
To live.
these are my children?
And in the end, what was your reward? You never said. But I think I know. A family.
What? Okay, so that's the end of the game, apparently. What the fuck? So that's the end of Bioshock. Yeah. Bye. I don't really know what to do now. I know Mission for like 2 hours. I don't know what to do now. The Queen has died, and the game is over. Like, those were my 2 big talking points, and we got through them in like 5 minutes. So if I hit continue, what happens? Does the game just reload me at the Fontaine fight? It does. Well, that's certainly an ending. Yeah. Alright, well, I guess we have to do some analysis then. So. Rapture as an entity is quite an interesting place because it was designed by Ryan to be this idealistic society free of the meddling qualms of religion or big government or anything like that. And inevitably Ryan was unable to live up to that expectation because it's not a very good it's not a very good ideology. A lot of Bioshock's imagery and political belief comes from Ayn Rand. The libertarian ideology that society works at its best when every individual is fighting only for themselves. It's objectivism. Um, Society's rule is, no gods, no kings, only man, as Andrew Ryan points out. However, going through the timeline of what happened, Andrew Ryan founded Rapture. And he invited the people that he believed to be society's greats down into the city. And I guess one of them was another ultra-capitalist like himself, Frank Fontaine. We all hate Ayn Rand. So, Ryan hates the idea that of the outside world contaminating Rapture. So he bans anything from being brought in, whether this be music, fashion, or strictly, crucially, religion. Which obviously, the moment you start banning and censoring things, you don't have a free society unrestricted. You have a dictatorship. So that's initially where Rapture begins to falter. Andrew Ryan's desire to preserve his society is then ultimately what causes him to destroy his own society. Frank Fontaine takes huge advantage of this, realizing that he can effectively force Ryan's hand more and more by smuggling in things like religious items. Frank Fontaine creates the mantle of Atlas. So, I'm having to do a wee bit of... I'm reading some notes I've taken. So, yeah, Frank Fontaine creates the mantle of Atlas. The persona of Atlas. Obviously taken from Atlas Shrugged. Again, another popular Ayn Rand book. The people of Rapture have now... They've been lured down there with the promise of a free society where they can be whatever they want unrestricted, and have now just seen Andrew Ryan restricting them. So they're like, well, we're stuck down here now, and he just cares about his personal interests. So Fontaine takes advantage of that by smuggling stuff in like religion in order to continue to push Andrew Ryan's hand, but also by presenting himself as Atlas, a man of the people. So it very much becomes a faction thing. It becomes Andrew Ryan, the leader of Rapture, versus the people of Rapture. So basically, Fontaine introduces and weaponizes the concept of communism, which is very interesting when you remember that Andrew Ryan is actually from a communist country. He's from the Soviet Union. So, from there, we have this idea of eventually, yeah, we kind of, everything kind of falls apart. And during the middle of this, we have Fontaine doing things like creating the orphanages for the Little Sisters and the poorhouse, and he's very much weaponizing and using left-wing ideology. His alliance with Tenenbaum is interesting as well, because we know that Tenenbaum has a fascination with the Nazis who experimented on her. So, again, there's this whole weaponizing of socialism thing that Fontaine uses to acquire personal power, which is something that the National Socialist Party of Germany was known for doing. It's what the Nazi Party is. It's why the name actually makes no sense. because the Nazi Party, in order to try and appeal to the widest demographic of both nationalists and socialists, called themselves the National Socialist Party, and often had ideals that actually directly conflicted with each other. And once we enter the idea of unrestricted X, we can see where things begin to go wrong immediately in Rapture. The unrestricted capitalism and the unrestricted medicine combined to create the atom and the plasmids. So the atom being the genetic alteration or material, I guess the energy almost required for the genetic alterations that the plasmids use. And the plasmids are dealt out to the people of Rapture by both Ryan and Fontaine in order to acquire power. In some cases, for the people, it is literally to acquire powers. You can shoot lightning, you can summon bees, you can freeze things, you can set things on fire. But Ryan and Fontaine use it to acquire social power, because they're the ones dealing out the plasmids, which means that when people become hooked on them and Adam, they can also be the ones to control the people. There's a messy commentary in there about Americanism and opioid addiction that I don't quite know enough about to comment on, but it's probably something worth at least researching or considering. My thought process is kind of all over the place here. So ultimately, despite the fact that Ryan or Fontaine presents himself as the alternative to Ryan, they're ultimately the same beast. They are men fueled by greed, willing to exploit and destroy anyone in order to get it. They're fueled by greed and a desire for personal power. Both of them, to some extent, try to destroy Rapture in order to do this. Fontaine causing the Civil War to destroy Rapture from a societal standpoint, and Ryan, once he realizes he's lost Rapture, actually tries to blow it up. He tries to kill all the trees, causing its participants to suffocate to death, and he tries to literally blow up Rapture. So it's interesting that they both take a look at different parts of Rapture and decide, well, if I can't have it, no one can. So while it is a criticism of objectivism and Randian beliefs, it also works as a criticism of... It's not a criticism as in these beliefs are stupid, but a criticism as in these beliefs can't work because in order to enforce them, you hereby go against them. Now, when we see unrestricted medicine and unrestricted art specifically, we get people like the plastic surgeon from the early chapters who effectively got bored with doing typical plastic surgery on people, like, you know, a little bit of Botox here and there, make the boobs bigger, nips and tucks, and was like, fuck it. I'm going to do whatever I want. Who's going to stop me? And he creates monstrosities. Because he believes they're beautiful, because they're an example of his unrestricted art using medicine. And again, unrestricted art, we have another example of the photographer, whose name I can't remember, whose ultimate goal is to create the perfect concept of apprentice succession. So in order to do this, he has you murder his 4 other apprentices and take photos of them, and then murder him. And take a photo of his body in order to complete his masterpiece. So basically, the idea is without things being checked, they ultimately go to their... I was going to say their logical conclusion, but their illogical conclusion, which is shit becomes fucked. When you kill Andrew Ryan, it's again interesting that Ryan is the one who causes you to kill him. Obviously, we have the whole "would you kindly" trigger word, but Ryan's the one who is telling you, you know, "would you kindly kill?" He's the one who's actually using the trigger word. So again, it's this idea of Ryan destroying himself like he destroyed his society for his beliefs. He had this whole belief about a man chooses and a slave obeys. So in Ryan's perspective, he never did anything wrong. He was the objectivist until the end. But he destroyed Rapture's society because he was scared of losing his power. And then he destroyed himself, quite literally. We beat him to death with a golf club. And effectively a flex to show off that power. And then on the other side of the spectrum, we have Fontaine, who has jacked himself so up with plasmids that he's just a raging Hulk creature. And destroys himself by having his creation destroy him. Because we were made by Fontaine. We were the perfect assassin that Fontaine made as an object. And I think Fontaine might have made the Little Sisters as well. I'm not sure. I'm a bit murky on that. One of them. I mean, Tenenbaum made them, but... Let me have a quick look up at that. Yeah, so Tenenbaum created the Little Sisters, but Fontaine created the orphanage in order to get more children and exploit that. And then when Andrew took over Fontaine Futuristics after killing Fontaine, he discovered them and continued to do it. So again, the idea that the Little Sisters and the player Jack are the ones who kill Fontaine is Fontaine gets destroyed by the things that he made, just like Ryan. I mean, we are literally also Ryan's biological child. So his desire for power over Rapture, or their desire for power over Rapture, destroys them by literally the things that they made killing them. The plasmids, Jack, and the Little Sisters are the ones who end up killing them. And then, because these people were made with no life intended for them, they had no there was nothing but a plan for them. They are ironically the most free, because they are a perfect example of unrestricted humanity. They have no they have no assigned morals, they have nothing else. All they have is the ability to choose. So Jack freeing the Little Sisters actually allows them to go and live a life. There's your entire analysis of Bioshock. Very interesting game, very thought-provoking game. Very a lot all of the time. But it is very relevant. It's a story about how selfish greed and selfish obsessions, no matter what society you try to create, will always destroy it. Now, we could start Bioshock 2. But since we're out of analysis for Bioshock, I'm going to say thank you for watching on the YouTube channel. If you are watching on YouTube or the VOD, consider subscribing and hopping over to twitch.tv/Skye_Blacke to watch these recordings live. See you, YouTube.